Okay, working on the Howard rotavator. This is a Super Gem 30-inch with a Wisconsin twin-cylinder THD model engine. It's been 8 years since I fired it up. I took off the cooling housing to blow off any spider webs and stuff. Cleaned out the air cleaner, flushed it out with kerosene, let it dry. Make sure it's pumping oil. Oil pump's working. Pumping oil to the gears that run the camshaft and off the flywheel to the magneto. Change the oil. So we're just going to see if the engine starts out from here. There's still some linkage issues. Can't even unfreeze one of them. That's the one that runs the shift that determines what gear you're in. And I think it runs, what else does it do? I think it puts the blades in gear, but if I get the motor going, then I can continue with everything else. But if the motor doesn't get going, then I have to take my time doing everything else. So prioritize. Gotta make a gasket for this. I gotta check a bearing or a seal that's behind his because it has a lot of play in there. I didn't know that the Howard rotavator Super Gem has one of the rims on the tire on the other side over here is off. The tire is offset on the rim to make up for the gearbox because it has a spot in there that sits out a little bit. So when I got tires 10 years ago, they put one of them on the treads on backwards. So I got to make gaskets for the oil pump. No, I got to make gaskets for the fuel pump and the carburetor. I didn't want to order them. It would cost a lot of money, probably, so I just made my own. I got a piece of binder paper. First thing I do is I put a little oil on top of the area where I want to make a gasket, a little bit, kind of dirty, kind of clean. Put it on there, then get a piece of paper, rub it on there. And then when I take the paper off, I have an impression of that on the binder paper. Then I draw it out to make sure I have all the right size. Then I cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Cut it out with an X-Acto knife, then transfer it onto gasket material, and then cut it again. I'm in the process of doing the fuel pump right now. It's pretty easy, but it just takes a little bit of time. I didn't know that I wanted to see what the pistons look like, so I took out the I'm tired. Took out the spark plug and looked inside, and I go, God, how come the piston's only going up and down like about an inch? I mean, a quarter of an inch. It's the valves I'm looking at. The pistons are offset to one side. So you got the piston over here going up and down, and then you got your valves up here that run your intake and your exhaust. So more updates to come.